Orcas have been attacking sailboats off the coast of Spain and Portugal.
Alright, check out these fellas come for a look. Woo, there's a whole pot of them. Whoa! Oh, you hit the boat.
This is a new behavior that was first described in 2020, but has spread across different orca groups. Thankfully, there haven't been any casualties, and usually the whales leave soon after the attack. They don't try to eat people. To some people, orcas seem to be doing these attacks as a game. Others see it as revenge, and others see it as just plain old-fashioned boredom. But the orcas won't tell us what their deal is. So let's take a look at these attacks and see if we can figure it out. Hi, I'm Danielle Dufault, and you're watching Animalogic. The orca incidents are one of the most interesting animal stories of the year. So even though we don't do news, we wanted to give you a rundown on what's going on.
Orcas, or killer whales, have been doing something really weird.
Orcas off the coast of Spain and Portugal have been body-slamming boats, chewing off their rudders.
They're attacking boats.
Boats have been sunk or damaged.
A whale named Gladys off the coast of Spain has been teaching other whales to attack boats.
It's just the latest in a number of orca attacks in the area.
But maybe they should be renamed a gang or a troop or an army.
Raising questions about why
Orcas are attacking
And even sometimes sinking boats.
Are they being playful or are they seeking revenge?
All the orca attacks in the news have happened off the coast of Spain and Portugal. The local orca subpopulation, known as Iberian orcas, is only about 40 whales. Several of these interactions seem to implicate one particular whale, a large female named White Gladys. Marine biologists started reporting on incidents in 2020, with White Gladys at the forefront of those interactions. Over 700 interactions have been reported since then, mostly on sailboats and catamarans. The strategy seems to be to ram or bite the rudder off boats. In about 20% of the cases, the damage is bad enough that it makes the boats unable to sail on their own.
Nah, this one's circling here. Look at the size of that monster.
In 3 cases involving smaller sailboats, the whales have caused them to capsize. Before you get scared about potential whale war, you should know that the whales do not attack people in the water, and these incidents have only been reported here. But there is something about this group that has turned them into living attack submarines. Much like in humans, new behaviors and trends are started by younger members of the group. White Gladys is one of the oldest of the whales known to attack boats, and some of the juveniles seem to be copying her. It's possible that she had a traumatic event with a boat that made her likely to see boats in a negative light. Most whales in this subpopulation have scars, either from being struck by boats or getting tangled in fishing nets. Orcas often approach longline fisheries to take hooked tuna. This is an effortless way to get food, but sometimes it leads to entanglements with fishing lines and nets that cause deep cuts and sometimes amputations. So, it's been suggested that this happened to White Gladys, and ever since, she started attacking boats, and influenced young whales in her pod to do the same. But it also could be a random behavior, like the 1987 orca fad of wearing dead salmon as a hat. Nobody knows how it started, why they did it, or how it ended. But soon after, the behavior stopped. Unfortunately for people who love seeing cute animals wear hats. A third option is that it's all basically just a game, and the orcas are having fun taking a chunk off the boat that looks like a fin. They could do a whole lot more damage if they wanted to, but the fact that they're so measured and precise when they go after those rudders suggests that they're probably not trying to destroy the boats on purpose. The fact of the matter is that we don't know, and we hope that it's just a passing fad. Despite how scary it is for people on boats to be rammed by a whale, this behavior is even more dangerous for the orcas. They can get hurt or get attacked back by sailors. And since this is an already critically endangered population of about 40 whales, any deaths or even injuries can put a lot of strain on the pod. Scientists from groups like Orca Iberica are using GPS tags and citizen science reports to create up-to-date risk maps, warning sailors about the presence of whales. But if you end up encountering an orca, they recommend letting go of the wheel, which seems to make the whales lose interest sometimes. This is especially important if you have a sailboat under 15 meters, the most common type of boat in these orca interactions, or have a spade rudder, the orca's favorite rudder to detach. But we also have to say that this area is very busy, with thousands of ships traveling along the coast every day. Only a few of them ever see orcas. A small proportion of them have interactions with whales, and an even smaller number suffer any damage. And just 3 out of millions of boats since 2020 have capsized. So of course, be careful, follow recommendations, and respect the whales. But don't let media panic scare you into fearing orcas.
Alright, check out these fellas come for a look. Woo, there's a whole pot of them. Whoa! Oh, you hit the boat.
There is a possibility that more whales will learn this behavior, but since there are so few Iberian orcas, and their range is limited, this is pretty unlikely. Recently, a pod of about 30 orcas showed up in Monterey Bay, California, sparking speculation that the same type of interactions could happen in North America. But don't worry about that. Those are totally different populations that never interact with each other. So if you live in North America, relax, try and go see the whales. And if you do spot some weird behavior, try and record and share the video. Because the more we can learn about these amazing whales, the more that we can do to prevent these negative interactions. We're in the Victoria Harbour and we just got all equipped to stay warm and dry. Because we're heading out into the ocean and we're gonna go look for some marine life. I'm so excited because ideally we might get to see my first favorite animal. It's the orca. They're very, very dear to my heart, and if we see some, I might overreact a little. I'm very excited about this. Are you guys excited?
Yeah.
I'm excited. We might just run into a pod of whales, and if we do, I might do a little bit of screaming. We heard this morning that a pod of orcas was heading up this way from Nanaimo, so we're really hoping that maybe this morning we'll get a chance to see them. I don't want to get too excited, but we just saw a bunch of big blows in front of us, and it might be orcas. It might be orcas. Let's go see. Oh, there's one right there! So what should we talk about next? Please let me know in the comments, and be sure to subscribe for new episodes every week. Thanks for watching. See ya! Orcas are very special to me. I would say that they were probably my first favorite animal. Animals cycle in and out from being favorites ever since, but I brought this little guy along with me. I've had this little orca carving for probably 20 years, and I do think I have a mild obsession with orcas. I decided to bring along a little good luck charm in hopes of trying to find some orcas, because I really do hope to see some. So I guess we'll see if that comes through at all. They decorate my home in a lot of different ways, so finding orcas out here would be something just so memorable and special to me. So false alarm, it wasn't orcas, it was porpoises, harbor porpoises. But that's also a really exciting thing to see. There was a little pod of them, I think maybe about 5 or 6. So they've carried on, and we're gonna carry on as well. We're actually on our way to find some bears. Let's go find some bears.